Alright, y'all. It's all four of us today. David, Zach, Josh, and me. And
first one since May I've been in.
Before we get to, right now we're going to review the new Korn album. But before we do, I always ask you guys on the Facebook, in the group and all that, what your thoughts are on said album and all of that. So you guys said...
stinks.
Because I asked you, because tonight we're doing the new Korn album, we're reviewing the new ICP EP, and David's given us his top albums of the year list. So I asked you guys what you think about the new ICP, if you heard it, or if you heard the Korn, what do you think? And so, Corey Hall says, I just bought the new Korn album. I've listened to it a few times, going through COVID and depression right now, where I can't enjoy anything I love, but as far as the new ICP album, I haven't even listened to Yum Yum yet. You're not missing much when it comes to Yum Yum. Then our good buddy Ryan Zalewski says, I think it's Korn's best album since Korn 3. Then we have, let's see, Dan Chase, our good buddy Dan Chase over at the Cut to the Chase podcast with Lacey Lou. He says, and he the day it came out, he was already posting about how great it was, but he says, new Korn was great, nothing groundbreaking, but doing what they do best. Some really fun.
Food stamp card?
No, that's my unemployment card for whenever we go on our vacations.
Even if it was, free food's always good.
But anyway, so Dan Chase says new Korn was great, nothing groundbreaking, but doing what they do best. Some really fun arrangements on this one. And then,
God, you got a lot this time.
Chase, he was talking a lot.
So then, let me see. I've got to read this part. Where the fuck?
You got a streaming service?
No.
Music streaming service?
I don't.
How'd you hear that one album yesterday?
What album?
The Indian thing.
Because sometimes when you pre-order an album on Amazon and the CD comes out after the actual release date, sometimes you will get the auto rip, and I got the auto rip. Anyway, our buddy Chase Cruz says, I'm be biased, period, when it's your favorite band, but I think it's a good album overall. Barely an LP, almost just an EP. It's short and sweet and hits you in face. It covers all the sounds Korn done from the beginning up to this point. In my opinion, the band that's been around for 30 years, how many can make consistent albums like them while still doing something different, while still having sounds that reflect back to '94? With that being said, it's not my favorite Korn album, but I do like it more than a few of their past albums. I give it an 8 out of 10. And then he says, Korn is the kings of nu metal. They made that genre successful and popular. A lot of artists' careers could possibly not launch if it wasn't for them. Korn is like Nirvana for grunge. They made it successful and put it in pop culture. Korn, like Black Sabbath of heavy metal, they helped put heavy music on the map. People that hate nu metal can't stand that it's so popular, and why?
Slim Biscuit.
What's wrong with making something that doesn't suck successful? It's because it becomes pop culture influence. That's what it is. The way I see it, nu metal was last really good genre that was popular. People want to complain.
English well.
Look.
Okay, I know I can't get high drunk yet.
Let me finish.
I'm stroking out every other word here.
Let me finish. He might have been busy when he was typing all of this, or drunk. Anyway,
I forgot what comments were.
The way I see it, nu metal was last really good genre that was popular. People want to complain. Look what happens when metal not mainstream. We got Drake, Migos, Future. We got pop rap with auto-tune
all those guys.
and bunch bums that can't sing and compose music and play instruments. So I'm hoping a new metal revival comes back. Rock music needs it. New metal sucks. Oh please. It was one of the best eras. Korn, Deftones, Cold Chambers, System of a Down, Snot, Machine Head at a point. Dope, Static X, Kitty, Mudvayne. Not crack the tip of the iceberg yet. And that's what you guys said. Chase is a massive Korn fan. He's on one of the CD collector groups, and he's always gangsta rap and like new metal is what I see him talk about a lot. So
me too.
Yeah.
Because I love new metal and I love some of that fucking
Gangster rap.
well, like
Some of that thug life, motherfuckers.
all the
These
horrorcore.
motherfuckers right here, let me tell you.
So,
Like a
all
goddamn
right.
munchkin.
If you guys want to join the fun,
These motherfuckers.
always like a day or two before we film these reviews, I post about it. If you guys want to join the fun and have your comments read on the show, just join the Speaker Brains group on our Facebook. And the only rule is don't be a dick. You can have strong opinions, just, don't be an asshole.
You can have a dick.
Don't
but
be an asshole like David can be.
Can't help it. It irks me when someone says something is really good. I'm just like,
You're wrong. You're wrong. Tell you how wrong you are.
And also check out our Patreon. $1 gets your name shouted out, and $5 gets you as many album requests, review requests as you want. We'll get to them eventually. Just hold on to your butts. And check out our music on
That's $500
Spotify.
if you want Travis to hold on to your butt.
Yeah.
Cheeks. Claps and cheeks.
Check out our music on Spotify, Sticky Middle Finger, me and Zach's band, and Monster and the Family.
We're on Apple too.
Yeah, we're on Apple Music. We're on all the streaming services. We're on Amazon. We're on all that shit. Deezer, and a bunch of massive list that I don't even know what these are. Deezer or some shit. I don't know.
y'all are gonna wake up one day and there's gonna be like 7,000 new fans, and you're like,
Who are these
like
people?
this shit?
Right? People like this? What the fuck? That's
Travis.
Better fun, chase my
Oh, yeah, you guys, here, show it to the camera. Show it to the camera,
going
man.
on there?
That's me, man.
I see that. What the hell's going on?
Is that really? No, that's not you.
That's me, y'all. I was in some Asian movie.
My wife was watching one of her Japanese Korean shows and saw that, took a picture, sent it to me.
Oh, that's the best.
Angry Travis.
I just
Seriously,
gotta
if you
figure
get your
out
hair
how
like
to
that.
get my hair
Just
to do
change,
that.
make that your profile picture.
Yeah, nobody would know. That's Travis. Hey, look.
It's a bald Asian. Yep. Oh, that's Travis right there.
Oh, haunted dreams tonight.
All right, let's get into the review. This is the new Korn album that dropped, was it last week or the week before?
On my birthday,
The 4th.
the 4th.
And,
It was a good birthday present.
and so,
Could be worse.
So your birthday wasn't that bad.
Yeah, Korn came out.
what do you call it?
Korn.
So it just dropped. Let's get into the review. I might go ahead and speak on it last because I have a lot of things to say.
Yeah, you've been talking for like a good 5 minutes.
All right, so yeah, I guess we'll get the Zach to start. What do you think about this
The
new
Zach
Korn
attack.
Eh,
album? Yeah,
I wasn't really feeling it.
You texted me that night talking about how you didn't feel it.
So,
Have you listened to it since then?
no.
See, I think you need to. It feels like one of those albums.
This is
kinda-
called First Listen.
Yeah, I haven't titled
No, they
this
haven't-
show
they haven't called it
First
First
Listen in
Listen.
years.
Okay. Well, either way,
Yeah, get up with the new stuff.
I was cleaning up the kitchen and I needed something to listen to. I was like, oh yeah, the new Korn came out today. Let me put that on.
That's the problem.
I was digging it at first. I was like, damn, he's got his some growls going on in his vocal work here. This is kind of interesting. And then the next song came on and I'm like, okay,
It's kind of not
this
interesting.
is about the same as the last song. And they kept doing that. And then I heard like one of their hooks sounded like a Taylor Swift song.
Whoa.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Whoa.
And then I got done cleaning the kitchen, and I was like, this close to turning it off. And then I looked at it, there were 2 more songs, and I'm like, I might as well just finish it. And I just sat there in the kitchen like...
The last song.
And then the last 5 seconds, he starts doing that, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where was this the whole damn time? Like, how are you gonna tease me that the last 5 seconds of the last
waited
song?
the entire album to
God!
skeet.
Scat.
Scat.
Jonathan Davis likes to skate on his Korn album.
He likes to skate on Korn.
I meant what I said.
We all like a good skate.
But it just
for
wasn't-
a while, Feels good.
Sometimes
I mean,
it wasn't that
in a way, I'm not mad at it. I'm not upset with it. Korn have been around since I was a little fucking kid. At this point, it's just a waste of energy to be mad if Korn doesn't put out something that I like. Someone out there can like it. That's fine. It just wasn't my bag of chips.
In other words, in David's words, you're wrong.
Bag of chips. It was corn chips.
Corn
It was corn chips. Corn nuts.
Corn nuts. I love
The
corn
ones
nuts.
that break
I
your
like
teeth.
corn nuts. Those are delicious.
I like the ranch ones.
Yeah, those are good.
Barbecue.
Josh,
Anything else? Or
I mean, it just really didn't. We'll get to our ratings after everyone's
Yeah,
spoken on
everybody
it.
speaks on it. Right on.
But like, why? I don't want to sit here and dog it out because it's not my favorite Korn album. I can still always go back to the ones I like. And that's what I'm gonna do. But like, I'll give this one another shot. But it's. I don't even remember I don't remember the shit that came off the album before last.
before last. See,
I remember the nothing.
nothing, because it was good.
Yeah, I remember that. The what is it? God is making fun of me.
God is making fun of me!
Yeah, that was great. I liked that. That's
I
more
like
my
when it-
taste of corn,
Yeah.
but this one just didn't have enough butter on it.
It was biscuits,
Yeah.
but not butter. They were dry. Burnt biscuits.
It wasn't shucked right.
Cool, Josh.
Oh, go ahead.
Rev up to it.
No.
I'm going last. I'm going
Oh,
last.
go ahead, Dave, because you know why? I want to get nice.
Get
Keep
nice
on
and
getting
toasty.
Oh, okay.
All right, so now David mentioned to me, cause all right, we're the worst Korn fans on the internet, y'all. Whenever we talk about Korn, it's got to be all of us. We all have to be here if we're going to talk about Korn.
Been doing it
And-
for what, 6 years?
Well, what's
Yeah.
funny is I pointed out to
Corn comes up
to
at least
Travis.
once a year.
Today is our anniversary of the retrospective.
The
The
anniversary.
actual, we did the entire discography.
God, that was like 4 hours long.
4 years ago.
Oh, you know what?
Or 5 years ago today.
It was last week.
when I said it.
No, last week was the actual anniversary.
It was
It's
like,
almost-
you
matter. It's
posted
still
it
in
that day, but you said
February.
coming up this weekend, and it was Tuesday.
That was 2 weeks ago when you had posted that,
was it?
or told me.
Oh,
that.
okay. Well,
It was that. It was like the weekend.
We did say you are the worst Korn
Valentine's
fan.
Day
Some of
that
you
year,
are.
but we are the worst Korn fans on the internet.
Maybe that's why you're in trouble at home. You forgot some date. Uh-oh.
No, I didn't forget.
Anyway, David mentioned to me a little while ago. He said, "I'm probably gonna piss off all the Korn fans." Or we would say
Again?
Again, I always tend to piss off Korn fans, even though I'm a really big Korn fan.
Apparently, according to the internet, you're not.
No,
Well, no, according to the internet, we're the worst.
Okay.
Korn fans, yeah. I said a lot. Yeah, there'll be some Korn fans that probably aren't happy with me. This is definitely not my favorite album. Nowhere near it. If I was gonna put it anywhere, it would. I like the dubstep album better. So I mean, Path to Totality.
Well, here's where I could agree with you because at least the dubstep album, they're leaving their comfort zone to an
Yeah.
extent.
It was an
And-
experimental album.
Yeah,
It was an
just
experimental
having
album.
having
For what it was, I
fun
liked it.
with a newer popular style.
This
Yeah.
is
And
is what future metal.
Future metal.
Yeah,
But,
there was hardly
it was-
of it in there.
It's more
They
like
barely played.
ass
It's
metal.
popular for its time, for when it
It
came
really
out.
was just a fucking
It doesn't
dubstep
hold up
album.
because dubstep's
Korn
really
and
not a
being
thing
there.
anymore.
That's
It's
it.
not future metal.
That's why
dated
it's the
metal.
worst
Yeah,
album
it's
to me.
dated now. But yeah, so to me it was like, not what 9 songs.
Yeah.
It's barely an album. right? Like what Chase was saying, it's almost an EP.
Hey, there's Between the Buried Me albums that have 6 songs.
But those things are like an hour and a half, 2 hours pretty long, I feel
like in the Nothing, I think I would have felt better if they did what they did in the Nothing, where they put in 1 or 2 little, like 1 minute
little interludes,
or songs or something, to kind of just make even like feel like it's a little bit longer than 30 minutes and 9 songs. Like if it would have had those, like 2 of them instead of 11, I could be more accepting to it.
Yeah.
For being an album, but it's basically an EP. But it was kind of like
I'd say it's at least 10 minutes longer than your standard EP.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like
an
right
album-
there. It's like right there at like standard old
An
school
LP is
album
considered
length.
over 26 minutes.
Yeah.
So it can be 26 minutes and 1 second and be considered an album.
Yeah. Which is crazy. ICP drops 40-minute long EPs and still call them EPs.
BT Bam did too.
Yeah, they
It
did.
was like
they did.
40 minutes. Or
But-
maybe it was 35. So
I guess you can go by songs, because like BT Bam, it was like 3 songs. ICP, it'll be 12 compared to their like 17 track albums,
Yeah,
you know?
it's hard to listen to an album with 17 fucking songs on it.
It can be hard.
I think there's certain bands that if Korn, Slipknot, Deftones, like any of those new metal bands, like just release an album that's 20 songs, I'll be all over it.
That's the thing.
Just because I'm like the more song, to me
More is
better. Even if it's like as long. I think when I heard about this album, I was like, if it's not as bad as See You on the Other Side, then I'll accept it. As a Korn album, I hate that album. I really do. So it was boring for the most part. I mean, it was like
all the songs kind of sound the
like
same.
had Chase said, like, yeah, it's the best of everything that they put together, and I was like, no, it's not. Like, I think the Nothing had pretty much the best of everything.
It was a stronger.
Like, it was
release
a much
in my
sronger album. It was to me than this one. This one, it felt lighter. Let me get that feeling out. If not like lighter as in like how a lot of Jonathan, as me and Zach stated in the Nothing, when we did the Nothing, something shitty has to happen to Jonathan Davis for a good album. This is Jonathan Davis getting over something shitty. That's what this album is.
This album is about healing. This album is about
Start the
like,
Healing is the thing.
It
makes
is what
sense.
it is.
It is what it is. I hate. Oh my god, that was awful too.
Did Fieldy's Dreams 2 ever come out?
Fieldy, actually, in 2017, he dropped, basically, B-A-S-S-ically. And that was his bass album. And I cannot find a CD copy anywhere. But I've got to check it out. When we go to smoke a cigarette, we got to turn it on. Because it was supposed to be his bass album. And I'm like, it flew under my radar, had no fucking clue. It was like 2017.
Oh, there it is,
out.
yeah, 2017.
I need to
Song
hear
featuring
this.
Jonathan Davis.
Because I love Fieldy's Dreams, as stupid as it is.
Oh, this doesn't have Fieldy's Dreams on it.
I
It has
fucking love
Fieldy
Fieldy's
Nasty.
But keep on.
But yeah, so listening to the album, like, I didn't like it the first time I listened to it. I have listened to it like 4 or 5 times since.
Oh,
like,
there's Fieldy's Dreams.
You know, I listened to it on the way here, so that's probably like the 5th or 6th time.
Yeah.
And I think the more I listen to it, the more I like it. But don't take that like for granted. It's not like I liked it a lot now.
Yeah, you like
it's
it
like
more.
I can tolerate it more and more as it comes. Like I fucking, like as Zach was saying, that last song where we had the scat, and I was just like, okay, would have been better like 4 songs ago. And then another thing is, Jonathan Davis, when he gets into his emotions, that's when his songs are the best. But none of his songs really did that. Like none of it. Like he really didn't. Like he just. It felt like someone was saying that it's pretty much like who said it? Where it was like ABC Korn. It's just like.
Korn by the Numbers.
Korn by the Numbers, ABC Korn. That's a new book.
ABC.
But yeah, so it's like
A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
Yeah.
H, I, J, Korn.
K-O, backwards
like so the
R-N.
middle, like it's kind of like the first song on it. That's pretty good. Like I like the first song. I really like the last song. I liked the middle song, My Confession, was okay. It was pretty good.
The last song
And then
only gets a pass because of the nostalgia berries.
exactly. Well, you have to have one. You had to have one. But yeah, like My Confession was really good. I like that one. I don't like the single Start the Healing. I didn't like what the dark side of new something, whatever the second song
Let the
was.
dark do the rest.
Yeah, that one.
We're about to fight. No.
And then I mean it was okay, but it wasn't like great. And then the rest of them were just kind of like, yeah, whatever. All right, moving on. Like I felt like they were trying. To me, it's gonna be just like I think because it's new, I'll remember it now. But I think it's gonna end up being just like the what's the one you were listening to earlier, Josh?
Paradigm
Shift. I think it's gonna be forgettable.
Didn't that have some dubstep on it?
No.
I want to say the first single had a slight
Yeah,
dubstep
it's like a little
influence,
breakdown
but
or something.
It's
I
forgettable.
can't remember.
Exactly, and I think this one, it's gonna be forgettable as well. Like, what's his name was saying it's the best one since Korn 3. I'm like, what? What? I mean, I'm a huge fan of Korn 3. That's one of my favorite. Like after the 4, that's pretty much like my 5th one. I love that one just because of the sound. Jonathan Davis actually was in an interview, and he said that's his worst. He hates that one. He says it's a failure. They were trying to do things like they were before, and they couldn't get the same feeling that they was. And I was like, but I love
saw a
Oil
worst
Dell's
part
an awesome
movement.
song on there.
Well, you gotta think Head's not on it, and and David's
not on there either. So,
and that's another thing I'm definitely going to be getting into.
but I think that
Is Fildy on this?
yes,
yeah, he's on it, but
he's
he's
talked about a touring hiatus, but he's on the album.
So
I thought he was
when
stopped
you
because
could
he
hear
was on
him.
drugs.
So here's another thing, though. I have a feeling that Korn's gonna have a new album either by the end of the year.
They said it's already all pretty much done.
Right, or they're gonna have one at the beginning of next year again.
Like I said,
Because
they're the Weezer of metal. Because they keep putting out fucking records no one
yeah, but
asked
I'm like
for.
Weezer, they're not getting worse. The last
That's
one.
debatable.
That is very debatable.
That is very
Considering
debatable.
what they like, I mean,
What?
did you ever hear their rap song?
They have a rap song?
Yeah.
No.
Fucking Lil Wayne is on it.
Oh
okay,
my God.
Weezer in this
What?
movie.
No, outside. We need to listen
I
to that.
can't
Weezer in
stop
this
Anyway.
partying.
So-
It would have been funny if it was
So-
with Lil Yeezy.
Is it the best
Weezy with the
thing
Yeezy.
Oh my God.
since
That would've
Korn
been perfect.
3? Brother, if we weren't doing this video, me and you would have had some words, but it's not nowhere near the best thing since Korn 3. Like
At
I
least
said,
to you.
at least to me. Okay, good for you. If you like, not everyone likes dubstep. I'm a dubstep guy. I like dubstep, so I like Path of Totality better than I like a lot of the other stuff. I hate See You on the Other Side. Untitled. I don't remember any of it really, except for one song.
I'm coming undone. I just
That was on.
remember singing
Yeah, that was
this.
on. That was the See You on the Other Side.
Is that the
No,
one?
that's gotta. That's
No.
I guess really. That's
That was
gotta be
like
on.
the 8th song on See You on the Other Side.
It's gotta
Untitled
be
didn't
on.
have anything.
I thought it
that's-
was on Untitled.
What? Coming Undone?
Don't get
No.
us cussed out
I'm
in the
sorry.
comments again,
I don't
David.
think I could have sworn that song's on See You on the Other Side. Like I don't remember anything from Untitled. I haven't.
I was working at Cessna when that song came out. I was working at Walmart when See You on the Other Side came out.
See You on the Other Side.
See? Nailed it. Yeah, it's like
What?
yes. There's nothing
No.
on Untitled that's known really.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
There's
Untitled.
What's the one on Untitled that I'm
That's the
thinking
one with the
of?
bird on, like the bird looking
No, I'm talking.
You're
I'm
talking
going
about
to
the
get us
song he
cussed out
likes.
now. But
Shut the fuck up, Travis.
no. What is the one that's
There's
on?
nothing.
Evolution.
Yeah, Evolution was that shit.
Evolution.
If it's got a star on it, that's the only single. Wow, there was an intro. Why was there an intro?
Like I said, like that album, I don't remember. I remember Kiss. 'cause
Bitch,
I
we
liked
got
it.
problems.
Right. So yeah. So I mean, to me, oh man, that's really it's really hard to rate that album. I don't hate it, but like, there's so much better albums that Korn has
I mean,
come out
you
with.
cannot hate it, but still rate it low.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a low rating.
But let's do the ratings when
Yeah,
we're done.
I know.
'cause That'll be
So
fun.
as I'm gonna finish this off is that God, you guys need to re-listen to some better Korn albums because this album was not up to par for me. I mean, like to me, Korn or
you
Jonathan
hold
Davis.
Korn to a higher standard.
Yeah,
You really
I hold
do.
it pretty high, and I think like the best albums are when Jonathan Davis is in his feelings, and this album was like a therapy session for his feelings. Like I get it, It's Jonathan Davis.
If
and
you're not
lyrically-
listening, Jonathan Davis, he wants you to suffer. You need to go through some tragic
Like,
shit.
I
So this
mean-
man likes your albums.
You agreed with me. Shut the fuck up. It was you that said it, dumbass. But yeah, I mean, oh man, Korn, Slipknot, and pretty much anything from early 2000s new metal is a hard spot for me because I'm very passionate about those bands. Yeah, I mean, even the bands that people didn't like, I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with
Fucking
you?
Ravens
I love those
staring
bands.
me down.
Like, I'm a new metal slut. That's what it pretty much is. Like, if there's a little bit of hip hop into it, a groove beat, and some like chugga chugs right in the background, I'm in it.
I like me some chugga chugs.
Right? I'm in it. Suck it. But yeah, that's what I got.
Guitar goes chug chug.
Chugga chugs. Like that kind of beat, you know? What's that?
You gotta have the weird guitar noises.
You barely get Korn anymore.
Yeah, fucking head came back and he ain't doing it.
He did it like there was one or two sounds.
It's
Like he had that
slightly,
sound thing on one
It's
song.
so slight.
It was barely, and like that's what we want. I wanted another Nothing. Like if that came out, I would have been happier. I think if they did more with that, I would think. I was like, yes, feel the pain, Jonathan Davis.
Feed me your rage.
Feed me your
Sing
sorrow.
it odd. Give me your sorrow.
Fill my body with your anger.
Why haven't you started doing it yet?
You're like
the South
fucking-
Park thing.
Token?
What?
Oh, tell us about your problems.
Tell me about your problems.
Cable company.
Not enough alcohol.
Did you know Token's name isn't Token?
We know. I saw an article about it. I haven't seen any new episodes. Let's stay on track. Let's stay on track. So, are you on?
Yeah, we're good. I think I've said what I needed to say.
All right.
Everyone knows I didn't like the album.
Let's hear you, Josh.
Hey, you want to go smoke?
No, I want to smoke after this. I don't want this shit to last as well. Are you toasty enough?
Oh, I was just gonna let you all smoke. Mine's gonna be short. Ain't nothing.
All right, I guess we'll go smoke a cigarette. And,
You talked him into it.
You did. So, all right, we're back. Back to the Korn review. Now, Josh, go ahead and give us your thoughts on Requiem.
Requiem. Okay. Should call him Master Splinter. He's got this
Big ass food.
Okay.
He got a big ass belly.
Now, me being a very big Korn fan, because it's my
Stable
number 2
Warriors.
favorite band, right after System of a Down. Sorry, perfect albums all the way.
All the way. I can agree with that.
The album it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's not the worst, absolutely.
It's definitely not the worst.
It is not the best. I'd say it's middle of the road at worst. Middle of the road at parts. There are some really good fucking parts. I kind of said it was kind of like the Saint Anger of the Korn albums, because Saint Anger, all the songs start off with kind of fucking good.
Some Kind of Monster is a good song.
But then it just like, it just turns into crap almost immediately after the first 20 seconds. It's missing a lot
Someone
of the chord
needs to re-record that.
with proper
They
snare
just
drum.
reissued the bass remix of For Blackened. Can we, and Justice for All? Can we just get a?
The drum remix.
Although,
And Justice for Lars.
Ghost's version was fucking amazing.
They actually
Sandman?
used to
So
try to-
was
Sandman, that was great. Okay, but yeah, so
Everyone do that.
there's a lot of
There's so
core
many better
parts
songs
that
than
are just
Sandman.
missing from it. Like again, we're talking the key sounds that you imagine with Korn. That's the bass slap. You hear that? You can hear the rattle of the bass strings. The guitar noises.
They left out that. I didn't.
Well,
just
you can
remember
hear.
that.
There's a few songs you can
It
hear.
is.
It's there. It's.
It is
I mean,
so
I think
buried
it was my
down.
mistake
It
though.
is so buried in
Like
the mix.
it sounded like he was playing it, but it was like it felt like he was playing regular, like just fingers, and then just accidentally slapping once.
There was not. Yeah, because you hear
I
slaps
didn't
once
hear,
in
I
a while.
didn't hear the filthy slap-it-a-tones.
Yeah,
But
it
it's
made me
been
look
that
sick.
way for ages.
It's been a while.
Click
Been like that for a
clacks.
while.
I think one of the last times it was prominent was on Korn 3. But
He did it pretty
Oh,
good.
excuse me.
That's
Yeah.
nothing. They did
Yeah.
it good often.
that was a Korn 3 really was the last time you had a prominent. You can hear all the instruments, the Korn sounds were there.
Where it was in the forefront.
They weren't muddled. This one, they sound muddled. It sounds muddy. It sounds just, it's not, it doesn't have that crisp, clean sound. So you don't get those really interesting guitar ching noises and like all the bass slaps. It's just not there. Jonathan's voice sounds great.
His voice did sound.
He did great. Yeah, he did his scatting, not as much as he should have, like in almost all previous albums.
And he hasn't really messed with it in a long time.
Yeah, I mean,
either.
like I said, the album felt lighter. Like
It
his
felt
vocals were lighter.
His scatting is almost like Korn doing bagpipes. It doesn't happen all the time.
Right.
But when it does, it's awesome.
When it does, it's awesome.
But it should be on
It's just-
one song.
It should be on every song, damn it.
Now, I don't know if I could do it that far. At least 3 songs. Give me at least 3 songs with either some scat. There wasn't even one bagpipe in there.
Was there? Yeah.
Not one.
But the bagpipes don't come in that often.
They should.
I think the album that has the
really
most
should.
bagpipes is "See You on the Other
See You on the Other Side?
Because it's
Yeah.
like almost every song ends with like a bagpipe bit.
Right. Unfortunately, they're attached to shitty songs.
Or a shitty album.
Unfortunately, like an entire album's shitty. They overdid it. Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's just it's a by the numbers Korn, but it's just like it's muddy. It's muddled down. You don't get the proper amount of what you'd call Korn sounds in there. Jonathan Davis is
They used the bad crayons to write this album.
yeah.
It wasn't a sharpened pen.
Yeah, it's one of those albums. It's like, because like when the first song, it starts off really good, very Korn sounding. Like you get that ding 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 ding. It just always has that. This album just seems like it's so much softer and milder than it should
Right, like
be.
that's what I'm saying. Like a lighter album. Like even the feel of it, it's just kind of like.
I mean, it's better than his solo work. I mean, give that much.
Yeah,
It's-
thankfully.
But yeah, it's just such a slow, muddier version.
It
I
doesn't
mean, it's
have enough
gloomy as all
butter.
get out. It's damn sure gloomy. He's
Not enough gravy on my biscuits.
he got too much biscuit. It's kind of weighing him down.
More biscuit, less. Like we need more gravy.
I don't have enough
The
flour
biscuit
on
needs
my
to be
flour.
more limp. It's too hard. No, it's just it's by the numbers Korn. It's
I
just
feel like everyone here
a
like,
filler. It's neither good nor bad. I mean, it's got good parts, but
Yeah, that's about how everyone feels.
All right, Travis. We've been waiting for it.
Okay. I actually have notes.
Oh,
2 hours later.
All
this
right.
motherfucker wrote an essay over here. We're just like,
So with Korn, and like I've said a million times on this channel, what I look for, I'm probably never going to get again. And like Zach was saying at the beginning here was, I can't be mad. I'm at the point in my life where Korn's just gonna Korn. And I am not going to get those early albums again. I will get bits, I will get pieces, and I will get nostalgic moments. But I can't knock what they have done for the metal community and stuff. That's why we're planning but we got to do it after the Offspring ranking.
look, he's trying to eat my shirt.
Yeah, he's weird, man. Big ass.
Is that the one you found outside?
He just showed up.
He just
last
shows
year.
up around all our houses, but he lives
out.
inside here.
yeah, he comes to my house and eats my garbage. He knocked my trash
Trash
cans over
mouth.
one day and I had to pick up all that motherfucker.
Called a trash mouth.
He's that cat that I just want to spray with a hose
Goddamn.
every time he comes in my
Oh,
yard.
his big ass food.
Big ass food, man.
He's that goddamn
The
motherfucking cat.
goddamn manatee cat. Anyway,
Goddamn nuisance.
Junkyard cat.
that's why we're planning on a
Dumpster cat.
ranking the Korn albums video, which is, we'll do a retrospective on a band, and then your opinions change all the time over the years. And you're like, damn, I wish I'd have said this, or I wish I'd have said this differently. So the ranking the albums is sort of a way to go back and sort of correct things or give a better opinion.
Was it released that?
The box was from the one before last.
Which one?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that
album?
one. That's Serenity of Suffering. My wife got that for me. It didn't come
Was
until
that
like
the last?
5 months
that was-
after the album came
Was
out.
that when it was new? Was that album new when we did the retrospective?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the newest album at that point.
Damn, I can't
So-
believe it didn't feel like that long ago.
It was like 5 years, 17.
That is
Yeah.
still
I
pretty
wasn't
sweet ass
30
fucking.
But I mean, that
collector's
album
edition.
doesn't feel that long ago comparatively.
Well, all right. So back to what I was saying is, I can't be mad at the album. So I'm looking at this album through a different lens, as opposed to what I want it to be.
An adult.
I'm looking at it like for what it actually is instead of what I want it to be. So this album still has the Korn problem that I've been talking about for almost 20 years now. They follow standard pop music structures to a point where you know when it's so predictable. It's so predictable. The music is incredibly predictable, and it's been this way with Korn for ages. And I can't be mad at it anymore. But to me, it's the Korn problem. It starts off heavy, chills out for the verse, for the most part. Chills out for the verse, a pre-chorus, a chorus that is melodic and catchy and just trying to make it an
Sweet
earworm.
hook.
Yeah, a sweet hook. And then verse again, pre-chorus, chorus, and then bridge. And
Everything's
then
trying to be a
chorus.
pop song.
And that has been the Korn structure for ages now.
Formula.
And it is so predictable for a band whose first 4 albums, even 5 albums, even Untouchables, throwing that in there.
Yeah, I feel like Untouchables doesn't get as enough love as it should.
I love
Oh,
it.
we
It's
loved
one
it
of my
when it came
favorites.
Those
out. I've always
albums,
loved it.
to this day, are still insanely unpredictable. I was listening to them the other day and was still being like, damn, this part, damn, this part, damn, this part. And
Things you forgot about. You're like, wow, you
So every time I listen to it,
and they
pretty much
and
like,
when
oh, fuck,
they
I missed
and back then when they did throw in a little more structure, when you get to a song or two on Life is Peachy, or a handful of songs on Follow the Leader, even handful of songs on Issues, when they started to structure their stuff a little more, it worked. It worked. But it was weird, it was experimental, it was wild, it was different, and it had that original Korn sound in it. Fucking Dave's drums, man. That is
Yeah.
something I fucking
I
miss.
miss
The
Dave's
hip-hop
drums.
influenced drums. Fieldy's bass, for the past many years, has been so buried in the mix, you'd barely know he's there. When back in the day, he was a guy that had, his instrument had so much personality within the band. Everyone had so much personality within the band speaking through their instruments. Head and fucking Monkey, their guitar noises. Now the riffs are still great. The riffs are still fucking awesome. But that old personality from the old shit I thought would come back when Head rejoined the band. And it has
kind of did.
He
it
got
kinda did.
he got the Metallica treatment. They
But
didn't
it
give a fuck about
has-
the bassist, and they turned
it-
his shit down.
It has barely been in there. You'll get it on a maybe 3-4
Like while
songs
you were out
on
there
an
praising
album.
God, we were out here trying to hold a band together, man.
And it sucks. I'm not gonna lie. That it sucks that to me the stuff that I originally came into this band loving is pretty much gone. So I have to look at this album in a different light. I have to compare it. I can't compare this album to the early ones. I have to compare it to what's been happening with this band in the past 10 to 15 years.
You have Wild Boys?
No, I don't. Anyway,
I saw Viva
so-
there.
my notes.
Oh, that wasn't your notes?
No,
So that was the prelude.
that was my.
So I get what you're saying though. There's drugged Korn and then there's sober Korn, and that's pretty much after
Yeah, a lot of people say that about Nine Inch Nails. They were better back when he was on
I
drugs.
don't know. Nine Inch Nails has always been good.
Right, but Korn hasn't, and that's where they got sober, which means they lost Head.
My notes here. This album, like Josh said, it has little seasonings of everything I do like about Korn, but a whole lot. It's almost like, all right, I'm not a fan of salt. Let's call all my problems with Korn, we'll call that the salt.
Salted butter.
Fucking corn.
Smooth, baby.
So there are slight seasonings of the stuff I love about corn in here, but a whole lot of salt and soy sauce added. Just so much soy sauce. Just
Ugh.
salt.
The
Salt.
soy
See how
sauce.
Dad would
It's
season
gotta be
food?
Asian ketchup.
How you guys used to season food.
Yeah. This is how we grew up.
Yeah.
So
Asian
No, we
ketchup.
need-
the first track, Forgotten. Now, I'm not going to lie, I do appreciate the short length of the album. But a lot of albums that are that short, take for instance Rob Zombie's album Electric
Rob
Warlock,
Zombie's last album.
is like 30 minutes. That's a banger all the way through. It's quick. It gets to the point.
You feel the length on this Korn.
What's crazy is for an album that's 30 minutes, there's still like a 3-song slug in the middle to me where I'm like, I can't believe for a 30-minute album I am losing interest.
Yeah.
So the first song, Forgotten, I love how it opens. It opens heavy, it's in your fucking face, but it has the Korn problem. It slows things down. A lot of the heavy music goes away for the verse. But I do like the chorus melody. And here's the thing about this album is the better parts of this album, heavy music-wise and interesting music-wise, it's the intros and the bridges for me. On every song, the intros are great and the bridges, always around the 2-minute mark, are fucking awesome. It's just the hooks, man. The hooks. The pre-choruses can be good, and then some of them can be whatever. The choruses can be good, and some of them are kind of whatever. So the first track, I do like the melody in the chorus. Now, when I made the joke about me and David gonna fight, Let the Dark Do the Rest is one of my favorite songs on here. And
Good song.
because of the bridge. When it gets to the bridge, it is so typo negative. When it gets to the bridge at 2 minutes, you get that slow, fucking melodic, fucking heavy drone
I don't
guitar.
remember any of this.
I just listened to it over here.
And then
I'm looking for type of negative now.
well, hold on. Let me speak. And then Jonathan Davis comes in with a happily sung melody, which is a thing you don't hear in Korn a lot. Happily sounding vocal melodies. So I was cool with that because I don't hear it in Korn. So that to me was an experimentation that worked.
It came from his.
And it is so typo negative to me. The drums, the style of the drums on that bridge are so typo negative to me. If you were to make Jonathan Davis's voice real low and throw a shitload of reverb on those drums, that would be typo negative all the way. But it is such a typo negative moment that I was like, damn, every time it gets to that, I'm like, yeah, man, I am
So what you're feeling?
I'm fucking here for this, man. Love it. Then Start the Healing. The bridge I like a lot. The intro I like a lot. But when it came out, I was like, this is just a passable single.
I don't think I listened to any of them when they came out.
That was the only one because like I say all the
Yeah,
time,
that
I'm
was
a
the one I
one-song
listened to.
I
guy.
don't think I heard it.
But it was a couple months ago too. But it's a passable single to me. That's all it is. The Korn problem is all over it, and it's all over this album. It really is. But some of the parts in there, like I said, the bridges are fantastic on this album. The intros are fantastic. Some songs, the verses are great. Some songs, the verses are weak. So we get to Lost in the Grandeur, and I love that intro. Dun dun diggity diggity dun dun diggity dun.
Right, like that's the only song
So
that you
cool.
really get like that kookiness there.
So cool, and then it's got double bass bits. Which, when I was listening to this album, I was like, damn, that's another thing you don't really hear from Korn, is a lot of double bass, which I'm fine with. I love the hip-hop style drums of Davis. This guy, clearly more of a metal drummer, all the way. And, but even still, you don't hear a lot of double bass in Korn. It'll be there, but what I like is when it follows the riffs. So you get that double bass with the riff. Sounds really fucking
I wonder
good.
what Korn would sound like with Travis Barker.
Probably fucking phenomenal, really. And then I love this track. And then the slow bit during the bridge. The bridge is really awesome because it's real slow, a little jazzy, real bassy. You get to hear some of Fieldy's old school, I call it like gangsta rap bass, boom, boom, boom kind of shit. And that's in there. I'm like, oh man, I'm loving this, I'm loving this. Then we get to Disconnect, and this to me is where we get the 3-song slump. Alright? We're 3 songs in the album, and 4 songs into the album, and the only one I'm not digging is Start the Healing. Then we get a Disconnect, and the bridge to me is the best part. The best part of that song. Then we get Hopeless and Beaten. The opening riff is awesome. The pre-chorus is heavy as hell, but the main chorus is fucking weak. The main
That
chorus
steak was
is
overdone,
fucking
damn
weak.
it.
And then the bridge is fine. Then we get Pinnacle Sorrow. I love the opening, but again, it gets soft for the verse, heavy for the bridge. I get annoyed by this. I'm like, I can predict when the changes are coming from a band that to this day I still can't predict the albums I've heard a million times, like Issues and Follow the Leader and stuff. Then we get to My Confession, which is awesome. Love the shit out of My Confession. I love the opening. I dig the verse, and it stays heavy on the chorus. One of the better later tracks of the album, and the bridge is awesome. My Confession is...
It's like one song.
My Confession...
That's exactly what I was looking for.
It's like, it brings me back. It brings me back after those last 3 songs. And then, Worst is on its way. Is that the last track?
That's the last track, I told you.
That's the last track. Worst is on its way. Love the weird guitar lead.
Isn't there bonus tracks though?
There's Japanese got an
yeah,
extra one.
always.
What the hell,
Japanese always
They
get
got
bonus
I think
tracks.
it's like the hate filled.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, something like that.
And
I downloaded it.
Is it any better?
It sounds like it'd be a part of that album. Like if they put it on there, they should have put it on all of them.
yeah,
Why did Japan get more than
I
this?
don't understand. I don't. But apparently, people say that Japan CDs cost a lot more, so that's a little more bang for their buck. But come on,
It's one song.
yeah. So anyway, on Worst is on its way. I love the weird guitar lead at the beginning. That is
Horizon 1. I got her the second one, so now she can start that.
Worst is on its way to me is classic Korn. The weird guitar lead shit at the beginning, the weird shit on the verse, the heavy chorus, the bridge all the way is classic fucking Korn. It's the scatting, when it gets to the scatting bit, that's a major highlight of the album.
I will say, it did put a smile on my face,
Yeah.
because at that point, I was like already tuning the album out, because I was getting bored, and that
Catch off
came
guard.
up, I'm like, hold up, what?
You had to rewind it.
Yeah,
They don't have rewinds.
It tickled my eardrum fancy.
It's a major highlight on the album for me, and for it to be on the last song, I'm glad they saved it for the last song, because it's like, yeah, man, you guys ended it on, you began the album on a sweet note, and you ended the album on a sweet note.
You gave me the chocolate, then you gave me the peanut butter.
It is a massive, it's a massive nostalgia trip when it gets to that bit, and then at the end, more classic Korn. When you get to the end, it goes to this. Everything's like fading out, and you get Fieldy's gangsta fucking bass, boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, damn, when you listen to the old Korns, almost every song had some gangsta fucking bass at the end of the track or in the middle or at the beginning. So I appreciate hearing Fieldy do this stuff. You don't hear it a lot anymore, and I miss it. Like I said, there's so much personality to the way these guys play, and it's been buried in the mix for so long. For catchy hooks and massive pop music structure.
He's been getting Newsteaded.
Yeah, Newsteaded. But it's not just him, though. It's everybody, man.
So who's the Lars in the group?
I don't know, man. I don't fucking know.
Nobody knows who the new guy's name is, so it's
But
he's been the new guy
so-
for 10 years, but nobody knows who the
Jonathan Davis, like all of y'all said, Jonathan Davis sounds great on the song. And in fact, Jonathan Davis never sounds bad on any of the albums to me. He always sounds great.
He always breaks his game.
But this one to me has some of the best mixture between the growls and aggressive vocals and the softer vocals.
Like he
it's one of
brought it. He brought it
yeah.
with growls.
It's one of the better, especially for his age. The dude's up there now, and he's still able to sing this way without sounding shitty. But this is one of the best mixtures of both that I've heard on a Korn album in a minute. And like you all said, the Nothing to me much better album. But my bar has been so low with Korn's releases in the past 15 years or more that anything that interests me
resembles the first 5 albums.
Oh my god, dude! I just realized that Untouchables came out 20 years ago.
Yeah.
God damn it!
But
we're older.
So
He's oldest.
That's just giving an insult to y'all. I'm old. That means y'all are
well,
older.
my bar has always been so low, and I can't talk shit. I can't even talk shit about the ones I am not a fan of anymore. That's why we're eventually going to do a ranking of the albums, so we can just make a stand. But this
Take a
album
stand
to me,
against Korn.
this album to me is part of me says yeah, it's by the numbers. Part of me says damn, there, like Josh said, there are some really great parts. And part of me says, damn, I'm so glad for the nostalgic bits that are thrown in there.
Just tickling them berries.
And so, I mean, that's basically all I got to say about the album.
It's
So
more
let's.
like a teaser.
And that is true, man.
And
Like I said,
maybe-
it starts off. A
maybe we'll
song
get a
will
good
start off heavy, chill for the chorus, pre-chorus heavy,
Sandwich it.
soft chorus, bridge, chorus again, ending. It follows this strict fucking formula that I'm just whatever with it now. I'm like, it's the Korn problem.
Well, it's because like
Been there for ages.
we've listened so much more since then, and
We're here.
Our tastes have changed and expanded. So now it seems more basic than back then to us. It would have been fucking amazing, but now it's like that's the most basic thing we can, a band does.
But even back then, when they first started doing it heavily, man, I was like,
that's fucking awesome.
I was not into it. When
I loved
they
it.
first started toying with it, I liked it. Follow the Leader, Untouchables, Issues. When they started toying with standard rock song structure, I was fine with it. It worked. But then it just became their go-to. And
I just gotta say, I'm glad we have the copies of Follow the Leader, because in a couple of years, if they ever re-release it, something's not gonna be on there.
they'll probably take all the skippable tracks.
No,
Kids.
they'll probably take All in the Family off.
Yeah, maybe because they throw the F word, the hard F word in there, right?
Yeah, no, they won't.
You little hoe.
You think
You
any
get some shit.
Eminem album's gonna go away?
Probably
you think
not.
you think Korn's better?
You
Yeah.
little bucket.
Well, the thing is, it depends on the band. If the band feels like, I don't feel like we should have said that. It was a bad word.
I
We
don't
should have
think
said
they're that
take it
way.
off. You never
The
know.
song is all in fun, though.
It is.
So I don't think
You never know,
I
man.
mean, but you shouldn't use those words in fun. I get it. And I'll butt fuck you.
Wait, what?
Yeah, lick your little dick.
Wait, what?
But yeah, so let's get into the ratings. And me, it's a fine 7. Like, it's a fine 7.
Wow.
It's slightly above average, but there's the stuff I like on this album, I like a lot. And the stuff that I'm not a fan of, it's there, but there are more songs on here that I like than I dislike. I would say that there's probably 4 songs on here. Like I said, you have the 3-song Slug in the middle, and then Start the Healing. So there's 4 out of 5 tracks that I'm not that big on, but I'm not skipping them. The album is short enough. It's, you know, I can listen to this album all the way through, but I am tuning out during the 3-song Slug, and I am tuning out during Start the Healing. But at the same time, every time I hear it, like David said, I find a little more to appreciate about those. That's why I wrote down that every song has a great fucking bridge, has a great intro. It's just sometimes I can give or take the chorus. So the album to me is a nice 7. It touches my Korn spot, but it touches my K spot.
It's cornhole.
Yeah, my cornhole. There you go. It reams my cornhole. And
2 points.
And so, I mean,
Oh Jesus!
it's fine.
You got the beanbag in the cornhole.
I'm just happy that Korn is still around fucking doing their thing. I just wish. I can wish in one hand and shit in the other. You know? So, who's next?
For me, it's going to be a 5.
I get it.
To me, it is definitely by the number, but 5 is an average.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. It's not their best, but it's definitely an average Korn album because the structure of the songs, to me, everything started to just blend together where I couldn't tell one piece from the next. It's all well crafted. It's all well recorded. Some things are buried in the mix.
Things we love.
Yeah, I couldn't hear the bass as much as I wanted. I couldn't hear Head's guitar as much as I wanted. It was mostly buried by the chug of guitars, the drums, and Jonathan Davis's fucking loud growls. But to me, I give it a 5 because it's just
average, huh?
it's not doing anything
High
grand or impressive or something that, like, you know, when you hear something and you give that stink face, like, oh yeah, that's.
See, I got that on Let the Dark Do the Rest. I was like, oh.
I didn't. The only time I got that was during the last bit.
Except for that when he busted out with the scat was the only time I went, oh, all right, where was this?
Yeah, that's exactly my
That's
reaction
what I
when I
wanted
heard it.
more.
I'm like, where the fuck was this the whole time? I waited 30 damn minutes for this, and at that point I'm like, it's a little too late. A little too late, Korn. You tried, but you didn't try hard enough. But in all seriousness, I just give it a 5 because it didn't do anything for me. It's cool if you like it. I'm not trying to take that away from you. I don't want to hate on it. I don't want to drag it through the mud or anything because my perspective of this album, I'm like, it could have been better, but no, it is what it is, like Jonathan Davis says. It's just not what I wanted. You know, I mean, they're never going to put out something that is that for me again. You know, they're not going to put out another Follow the Leader or another Life is Peachy. They're never going to do that.
They'll get real close though.
They'll scratch it a little bit,
pretty close,
and then they'll tell you in all the press meetings that this is the next Life is Peachy. This is Life is Peachy 2.
I don't think they've ever claimed that it's going to be the next album from one of their older albums, though.
They have.
They did with Korn 3.
Yeah.
Well, that was pretty close.
That was the point of Korn 3, was to go back to the roots.
Remember who you are. But
that's why it's called Korn 3. You have Korn. I don't know why Untitled is technically Korn 2.
Yeah.
I always considered Life is Peachy to be part of the Korn 2.
how it has a name.
But yeah, exactly.
But it's just, like I said, I can't be upset with it because, for one, I'm not a big Korn fan. I like it like y'all. You know, I'll listen to it because I grew up with them. It's just I'm not following Korn. Like, I get excited when a new Korn album comes out. I'll listen to it, I'll check it out, because I always want to see what, I grew up with is doing nowadays. And I do respect that they still can continue to produce music. I fucking respect that shit all the time, But like, I don't know where I'm getting at here.
It's 5.
It's a 5. But, just because I don't like it doesn't mean that you won't.
I'm sure there's people that absolutely love it, and I'm happy.
Oh, there are.
Josh,
I've read. Yeah, so I'm gonna rate it a 6.
5, 6, or
Slightly
7.
above average by
1 point.
By 1 point, yeah. But
He liked it a little more than I did.
okay, here's why. So if we're gonna rate this, if I were to rate this as a metal album, not a Korn album, but a new metal album, right?
I gave their last one a
It would have
7.
been an 8 if it wasn't Korn.
I think I gave it an 8. It was a 7 or an 8.
Which one?
The last album.
Nothing. Yeah, I think I gave it like a 9. But
definitely did.
so like on an album, like a good new metal album, I think it works really well, and it would have been like an 8. But as a Korn album, it's definitely below standards of what. Even if you're like your standards are low, but I think there's always a certain thing for Korn that I want out of them, like you do, Travis. Mm-hmm. And I didn't get any of what I really wanted. Like I said, I got it pretty much from the nothing, and I was really hoping for another album to come sound like that one.
Yeah.
But the thing is with Jonathan Davis is that this album was probably the least emotional album he's had since Untitled. Like his self-titled or his solo album was pretty much just as bad to me. It's basically what I'm starting to get to.
I still haven't even heard his solo album.
It's
I heard
boring.
that first single, and I don't even remember what it sounded like.
It's not great. It's basically that. So because he did the solo project, makes me believe that if you don't have anybody in the band with Jonathan Davis can't write music. He can write lyrics, but his music's pretty much, he was on top of writing a lot of the stuff without Head in it. I think if you don't have Head in the band, it's not going to go anywhere. Like, if Head would have stayed away, I think that Korn wouldn't be even close to as big as they are.
When Head was gone, those were some of the more odd Korn albums. Like a very odd period for Korn albums
Well, the
when
pop
Head
stuff
was
comes from-
gone. But you had some really interesting things happen, and you had some really what the fuck are we doing things with Korn. After Head left, it was an odd fucking period.
Right, I think-
Growing pains.
Korn,
Which at the
Korn
same
needs
time,
Head. Like, I think, you need Jonathan Davis because he has those unique
I
vocals.
can definitely
but you need Head.
respect that experimentation, the no Head years.
Right.
I can definitely respect that experiment. That's why I want to do the ranking, because there's some things I want to damn say now that I didn't say before.
I
So-
don't even remember what you fucking said.
I turned it
5 years
on
ago.
for a little bit on my way to work a couple days, and I was like, damn, like, we are just yelling over each other. I'm like, how does anyone understand
At this point, we didn't know. Like, that was probably the first time I actually sat down with David in like 10 fucking years. So me and him were just chit-chatting it up. And then he's loud, I'm loud. You're trying to
Everyone's
talk.
loud.
You're trying to talk and have your points, and at that point it just becomes.
There was no structure. They were just picking up. That's like us though. When we do anything, like we did a retrospective with Slipknot, and it was the same way.
Oh my God,
And we
that
had a
one.
special guest that night who
Yeah.
we ignored.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh wait, this guy on the computer. What's your opinion? I don't remember you were even here.
What was
Sorry.
your favorite Korn album? And it's like.
And speaking of
can
that,
barely
though,
hear him.
so it's a 6. I think the Slipknot's gonna release their new album releases in a few months, and it's gonna be.
It's gonna be rocking.
It's still gonna be like
Is
that's
this
the one
gonna
thing.
be
Like
the double
Slipknot's
album?
my favorite band of all time. Like people were like, "Oh, I'm a maggot, man. I'm a straight up. I'll listen to anything that Corey Taylor like screams in, pretty much."
Did
Like
you
which
listen
is,
to Corey motherfucking Taylor?
I did.
I do.
I dug the
I
fuck
like
out of
a
it.
lot of those songs.
I was
man.
just like, okay, and like he did it as like he didn't do the
Just
butt
try to
rock.
have
He was
fun.
just having a good time with
Just
it.
try to
Tech
have
Nine
fun.
jumping in on it.
Yeah,
I'm like, I was with it. I was like, okay. And then he's giving some love songs to his wife on it. I'm like, good job, man. But pretty much, I mean, if it's not Stone Sour, I'll listen to it. I can't stand his Stone Sour shit. I think that, like, his first album was amazing. And then he was like, oh, I'm popular now. And then I'm going to release all the fucking Stain albums I can. That's basically what Corey Taylor was like. That way I can get out of my system. But anyway, yeah, I don't think, like you said though, Korn is kind of like, there's things I want and expect, and I didn't get them. So I'm really super excited about Slipknot because they haven't disappointed me since Subliminal Versus.
Let me tell you why you're wrong.
Good luck with that one.
But I remember us all kind of agreeing that Chapter 5 was our favorite during that.
I loved Chapter 5. I thought that.
Chapter 5 was awesome.
And the last
Yeah.
album was fucking sick.
How many albums have dropped since then? One? Only
Yeah.
one? Damn.
Slipknot is a band that puts one out like
Every
every...
2 to 3 years.
No.
Yeah.
They're not that consistent.
2008 was All Hope Was Gone. Then 2011, or no, 2012. So that one took a 4-year break. But that was because, what's his name, died though.
The bass player died, and it was 2014 when they released Chapter 5.
Was it?
Yeah. And then 2018...
Oh damn, I didn't realize they went that long.
I think it was 2018 or 2000... It was 2019. Because the Korn came out that year. We Are Not Your Kind came out.
That's true.
So
but
they don't put out like every 2 to 3 years.
Think about
like
this
every
though. It's
4 to
because
5
Corey
years.
Taylor's also doing so much shit in between.
Yeah, he's doing Stone Sour and his own fucking solo thing.
But he even said like this time around that we should expect a new Slipknot album and then a new Slipknot album like really close to that one. Like they're talking about releasing a dual. They've been talking about
I've
releasing
been
a
hearing
dual
that,
album.
yeah.
But
Please don't do it like Mastodon did, make it suck.
which one did they mix up?
The last Mastodon album.
How about the last
The Harvard-
4
the-
Mastodon albums?
I don't know. I like the last one that came out.
The
I
double
want some
one.
more Iowa.
Are we talking about like Hash and Grim or whatever that fucking
more.
Yeah, Hush and Grim.
Is that one?
That's a double album.
I've only listened to it on
Okay,
MP3,
okay,
so
yeah.
it's all one album.
It's on 2 discs.
Oh, well, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I liked it. I mean, it's a Halloween album. That's all it is.
I am so fucking tired of hearing Brand, what the fuck is Daylor sing over everything. I want to hear goddamn Brent Hines.
Yeah.
I want to hear Brent
I
Hines.
liked it. But have you heard Brent Hines' his solo
I haven't
stuff?
heard any
Oh
of
my
his
god!
solo stuff. I'm sure I would
Legend
love
of the
it.
Seagull
I
Man
love that
is
shit.
amazing.
I'm sure
His-
I'd love it.
Well, he just did it. He just got together with. He's doing "Kill or Be Killed."
Yeah.
He does that one.
Yeah.
There's another side project he has now going on.
Doesn't he have one with Flea? Or am I thinking of someone else?
But yeah. Anyway, Josh, I'm a 6, 5, 6, 7.
Das ist sieben.
Josh says it's an 8. Well, it's a 5. It's a 5, 6, 7, or he's a 4.
Das ist sieben.
English, please. So 7. 7.
I thought you were saying Josh is asleep.
So where would be? Oh, that's exactly what it sounds like. Josh is sleeping.
That's what I thought.
So it's a 7 because
It's just Korn
same
by the
reasons we've
numbers.
already said.
It's not a bad album in any sense of the word at all. It's there. It's just it's like Korn with fucking earplugs in. It's so muddled down, and it's lacking in some of the most key components that make Korn sound like Korn to me. With there's many parts of each song that's just fucking bang. It's perfect. It's spot on. And for the most part, it's just like, it's a 7 out of 10 because 70% there. It's Korn, but it's like Korn with the volume turned down.
I can definitely see
It's either like a teaser or maybe just testing the waters or something to come later. It's just,
Yeah, I got that.
it's
from
very forgettable. It's not that great.
that last
It's not
song.
bad.
Worse is coming.
Yeah.
Or Worse is on the way. I'm like, I wonder if that's kind of like a lead up.
It could be an
I was
allegory,
like, I kinda
metaphor,
hope-
who knows?
I kind of hope that it is, and like, can we just get some better material?
But yeah, it's a 7 because it's still good enough to be better than some of their worst shit. You can listen to it, you're not going to be craving it. I mean, Korn is Korn.
Oh,
It's,
some people it's the best album since Korn 3. Some people were. You cannot let that go. I can't, man. It irks me because I was like, no.
Why can't people have their own opinions?
they can. According to David, it's
They're
still
wrong.
but it's wrong. You have your opinion, but it's wrong. Okay.
I'll never forget though when me and David first did that Korn review together for
Couldn't
Serenity
remember
of
the
Suffering.
fucking name.
And those kids were jumping in there talking on that. I remember Korn. You this. I love Korn. And I remember like, oh, leave him alone, David. I mean, we know you didn't mean to mix things up. I mix things up all the time.
He didn't like being called out on the internet. So he had a little flow. We're human. We don't
But
have to remember
it
every
gave
day.
us some of the great. It gave us one of the greatest titles ever, man. Worst Korn fans on the internet, man.
What was that we used to call ourselves? The worst internet reviewers?
Oh, the most unprofessional.
Yeah,
music
most
critics
unprofessional
on the internet, which we still are too. I mean, we
Yeah.
get
We're
wasted.
getting better.
We wasted. We do things that we
got
shouldn't
lighting,
do.
Man,
Say things
we have
shouldn't do.
slowed down.
You know what?
Joey's not in the corner showing his nuts.
Yeah, Joey's not in the corner.
I mean, if
showing
you want
his
nuts, I'll be
anymore.
more than happy to present.
Yeah.
It's a more mature version of the shitty.
Like, I'm not sitting here like this.
No, man, I miss those days.
Not him.
What happened to a day when Zach or
You
Travis
still
passed
do
out
everything you
middle
did
of
in
the
those
fucking
days.
thing?
You're like, I miss those days.
But
You
here's
still do
something
it.
to note. You
I'm surprised
guys.
you didn't pick up the guitar yet.
Yeah, Josh does get bored and start playing the guitar when we're all talking
Almost in
about
every
shit.
video.
Yeah. If it doesn't start with him holding the guitar, don't grab it eventually.
Next
But
Yeah, we still got a lot
how about
to do.
check this out, y'all? Last month was the 10-year anniversary of this channel.
Glad to be a
Y'all
part
thought
of it.
about that?
All right.
10 years we've been doing this shit. Now
Congratulations.
that first fucking year, all right, it was different. It was different.
We weren't doing anything like this.
Yeah, we weren't doing anything like this.
No, we did. Because we did start doing
when we
the sit on the
started
couch.
throwing you in there. It was just me and you.
Burning
and
holes in the
Joey
couch.
The
yeah,
first
burning
one
holes in the couch.
with me was with Joey.
Yeah, Joey was in there, and then
He was just sitting there like this the whole time.
it was kind of sporadic, like with who else would be in with it. And now I think you joined in 2014.
It was back in the
at
Peabody
the Peabody
days.
house, and then you joined.
Joey
like,
jumping
I think
across the couch.
2016, and
Amazing.
it's been consistent since then. Like it's been us
This
four
has been
guys.
the core group.
Yeah, this is like the core Bloody Chuckles crew.
What's his name?
Like I still consider
Uh,
Joey a Bloody Chuckles member, even
who the
though he
fuck?
don't come around like
Adam?
he used to.
What is his name?
Daniel.
Daniel
showed
Daniel
up a
Adams.
little bit.
Yeah, he was around for a little bit of
Yeah, but you guys, the three of y'all have been like core motherfucking Bloody Chuckles members on
We should
this
kick a
channel
mousey into it.
longer than anyone
Didn't
else
he
has
move?
been. He
He
moved back.
He moved back. He came here and then moved back away, that bastard.
But he moved back after that. He's
I know.
back in town
Yeah,
again.
because he showed up that one time.
Oh well, no, that was the one time, and then he moved away again.
So he's back,
he is back now in our
That
area.
boy's he's a backstreet boy.
Mouse is back. All right.
But yeah, so you guys have been like a core group, man.
Mouse is back.
So it's been 10 years we've been running this channel, and
I'm building a tower.
man, crazy shit to think about.
Yeah. And obviously we're very
The progress
unprofessional
of your-
because, well, look at us. We're not fucking rich, and so we're not
If
doing a very
you
good
want,
job.
you
Either
can
way.
see Travis's de-evolution of his head.
Yes,
It started here, and now it's.
yeah.
Damn, that's hilarious.
Go, David. You watched that first episode.
I gotta take a piss.
My hair is about this long because I had cut it about 6 months before. My hair is about this long, and you can see me. I started balding at 18 years old, but you can see it going. And then now it's like it gets longer and then goes away with it. There I am again, man. There I am again. But yeah, you guys, so let's celebrate 10 years of Bloody Chuckles Studios. And we'll see you guys on our next review, which is going to be the ICP EP Wicked Vic the Weed. There, here we go.